That's a hard first game to ask kids to play because Troy plays so different than most teams, though probably than any team that we're going to see. And so that was hard to try to get our kids to make some adjustments from the base of how we play to play a team like this, to try to do what you need to do to make yourself successful. And now looking at it that we lost, I probably shouldn't have done it. But I thought our kids handled it decently, and and the fact that we had our turnovers were so deceptive, because until late in the fourth quarter we had no turnovers that led to any points, and we made turnovers in the half court, being very tentative, and that's going to come. I mean, we'll fix all that stuff.
Talk a little bit about just you guys are in that game. Not sure what the expectation was to start, but you guys are in that game the whole time. Didn't have to claw back. They never did a good job containing them. But then they started hitting smoking threes. And I heard you say at one point, let them shoot it, because that's not kind of their game. And then they.
No, it's not. And I'll bet you, I want Alex to look and see when the last time they made 10 threes in a game. Because if you had told me coming in they were going to make 10 threes and shoot almost 70% from the free throw line, I would be like, we're about to get beat 50, because that's not what they do. So what I like is that we made them have to do something that they don't do in order to win. And if you make a team do something that they don't do and they beat you, then you just kind of shrug. But because I thought our kids battled, even though we gave up offensive rebounds and we made mistakes, turned the ball over. But most of the stuff that we didn't do well, we will fix. I mean, we'll fix it. So I'm not worried about that. I just hate losing, and them losing in the effort that they gave.
One of those efforts, Kinley goes for 31, which we think is the most by a freshman in the history of this program. Just talk about her ability to go out there and really no deer in the headlight. I mean, that was game on right away.
Yeah, I think that's the first basketball game she's lost since 2020. So, yeah, I get to be the coach that got her first loss in, 65 straight games. Kinley's a worker. She plays hard. She brings it every day. And I tell our fans, I told them back when there was Butler and Newsom, when there was Chelsea Perry, I said, you need to come watch these guys, because you don't get these kids at mid-majors very often. We've got a group of freshmen that are extremely special. And Kinley is definitely one. Sharnice is another one, had 14 points and 15 rebounds. Anaya's one. Lexi's one. Josie's one. So, I think this bunch is going to do nothing but improve. And you love to see Kinley in that fire and that competitiveness in that ballgame. Well, we've got some depth. We know that. What we don't have is we don't have any experience, and so the only thing we can do is to go play these games. Go play. And are we going to play that many later on? I don't know. That's going to be up to them. But you're right. The pieces are there, and we could play a lot of kids. But we've got to play really, really hard to play 11 or 12 kids. But we've got them. Ella's still out, and that would be 12.